What's up, YouTube? We're back with another episode of What the Hell Am I Doing? Today, I've got a really cool place for you guys. This one was built way back in 1970. It was owned by two families, and now it's been purchased by developers and will be destroyed for a redevelopment project that's going to reshape the entire area around here. The place I'm talking about is this absolutely giant beauty behind me here. I think this one's going to be a really cool one to check out. So why don't we get right down to it, see if we can figure out about this place. All right, guys, we're going to start today's adventure at the end of the driveway here. I think we're going to take a quick walk around the property, then we'll get inside and see what we can figure out about this place. Like I mentioned in the introduction, this place was built in 1970. It's been owned by a couple families since then, and now it was purchased by developers, as did the rest of the houses in the area, and they'll all be demolished and replaced with a huge redevelopment project. This beautiful home actually sits on about 23 acres of land, so you can understand why they got bought out and how much is going to be here to replace this house. And it's actually kind of insane when you think about it. And it's also a shame because big beauties like this are becoming a relic real quick. And you can see this place has an absolutely massive front lawn, have some beautiful tree coverage from privacy from the road, have a little gateway to the lawn there. Well, actually an altar, I guess. Of course, this is the driveway running up to the home. So why don't we take a walk up there? It's cold, it's dreary today. It's not a very nice March day. So I don't want to be out here in the rain for too long. You can see they have a very basic walkway going up to the front of the house. So why don't we check that out real quick? You can see everything here is actually quite overgrown. It actually looks like the place has been empty for quite a long time, but my understanding is they only vacated this place in the last couple of months. But I imagine they've known they were leaving for quite some time because it looks like they stopped caring by how overgrown everything is. Now, as you can see, it's a massive front lawn. And this is the house here. It's a beauty. Got a beauty of a balcony on the front there. It's kind of like a big ranch style home. I'll take a walk up to the front door here so you guys get a better look. So they have a nice little kind of like deck out here as a walk out of the front of the house. And they got a very basic entryway that looks like a 90s door. But you can see that wood paneling is very original to when they built the house. And I love the big window up there, letting in a lot of light into the lobby area or the foyer area. You can see this house has lots of windows. It's a big place. All right, why don't we go to the backyard real quick, see what's going on back there. Even the walkway. Look at the state of this. I find it hard to believe people were living here until a month ago. They just took their free rent and ran with it. You see, it's a better look at the front of the house here. I apologize if water is getting on the lens. I can't do much about that, unfortunately. We got a beautiful tree here. It's a very sheltered property, a lot of privacy, even though it's in the middle of nowhere. Look at that. Like, they didn't care about anything for a long time. Look at the state of the windows. Those haven't been maintained in years. Neither has the door or this walkway. It's a real shame. If I didn't know any better, I would have guessed this place has been abandoned for a decade. You got another walkout into the house. Now the deck there, we'll take a look from the distance. And this walk around, I guess there's another door over here. Yes, there is. Wow. Very nice looking home. Obviously it's retro. Has a look from a different era for sure. Hopefully this one's a walk back in time like it looks like it's going to be from out here. Of course, that's that beautiful deck they have up there. So far, I love the amount of deck space this place has. Like I mentioned, they have like 23 acres of property here. So it stretches all the way out there. And it goes over here a good distance still too. Take a quick walk around the property, see what they left behind. You see they must have had a garden or something here at some point. Now it's just a flooded mess after winter. Looks like they had a kids' play area. Yes, they did. They left a swing set behind. You got your table. It's really sad to see this, you know. Obviously, there was a lot of good memories made in this backyard at one point. And now it's all forgotten. Look at that. See, they got gardens stretching all the way back there. I mean, we could go walk the entire property, but I don't want to drag this part on too long. It is kind of miserable out here. What is this shelter? This must have been like a chicken coop or something. Yeah, it's all wired in there. We got like bird houses and all sorts of stuff out here. What do you guys think all this stuff is? I'm sure some of you have a much better idea than I do. Of course, that's the place there from all the way back here. Quite nice looking. Take a look over here and see if we can get in. It's almost like a greenhouse, but I don't think it is. Yeah, it's like a chicken coop or something. That's my guess. What do you guys think? See if I can see anything from the other side here. Yeah, it's pretty closed in. So my guess, that's a chicken coop. And over here they have a shed, probably for the lawnmower. See if we can see what's in here. Oh yeah, oh look at that. Escalade EXT for the kids. You see the shed, it's seen better days. Again, people lived here till about a month or two ago. Seemingly hard to believe, but I guess they took their payout and rode it out. All right, well guys, I think that's all the dilly-dallying we're gonna do outside for today. It's quite wet and cold. So why don't we get inside this one, see what mysteries we can unlock here. All right, guys, we're gonna start today's adventure just inside the front of the house here. We're just upstairs from the front foyer, so why don't we start walking around and see what we can figure out about this place. Right away, as you can see, when you walk into this place, you're greeted with a walk back in the time. This place is literally like stepping into the 1970s. It looks like as we go through this place, almost every original feature is gonna be intact still, which is pretty neat. Just check out that banister going around here. You got the wrought iron work with the wooden rail going around. That's pretty neat. We'll go down to the front door and I'll show you what it looks like. Oh yeah, you have real wood paneling running up the walls, which is nice. Of course, they have that door we were looking at outside. It looks like it's a 90s door. It looks a little newer. But what's really neat, this house has tons of ancient lights and chandeliers dating back to when it was built. Like I mentioned, this house was only owned by 2 owners. And from the looks of things, they didn't change very much. Looks like somebody started to paint the place white for some reason. I don't know why. And that goes down to the basement, which we'll check out last. Let me just kind of show you what the first floor landing is. Look at that. You got beautiful interior brick. You got a vaulted ceiling. You got hardwood floors. Even the floor, the steps here, it looks like, might be barnwood or something like that. But even the interior brick right there, it's just beautiful. Really neat looking place. Really, really looking forward to showing you guys this one. All right, so why don't we start working our way into this one? Like I mentioned outside, apparently this place has only been empty for a couple of months at most, but it really is hard to believe after walking around out there. And as we come in here, it's even harder to believe. I mean, look at this. There's garbage and dirt. There's just stuff everywhere. I can't imagine people would be living in this. Got a beautiful fireplace here. That interior brick runs all the way along this wall here. Look at that amazing fireplace. Wow. That's really nice. I like that insert. They got a nice Napoleon insert there. I bet you this thing cranked out the heat and made for some really cozy evenings. Even have tile on there. Oh, that's a really nice job. Really, really nice job. And again, as I pan around here, I'll show you this entire area is vaulted. It's a beautiful vaulted ceiling. Beautiful big sunroom type of room. You got tons of windows letting in natural light. You got that big balcony that we were looking at out front here. It looks like they've taped the doors shut, so we're not gonna be able to get out. But that's a huge balcony. Be beautiful to enjoy the sunset every night. And as we go around this way, you can see the vaulted ceiling continues, and they've got another massive window looking at the yard we were just in. Look at this beautiful view. That's absolutely phenomenal. And of course, there's the shed and the chicken coop and everything that we were just visiting. 23 acres of property. And before you know it, there'll be 1 million homes here. Looks like over here, this might have been a dining space. Again, the vaulted ceiling continues, and they have another very vintage lamp hanging from the ceiling, or a chandelier, I should say. It's a bit of a smaller space. Also worth noting, the hardwood floors are very nice in this house. They're probably not original to when they built this place, but they're very nice, at least in this area. And this also is a deck that goes outside here. We were looking at this from downstairs, but since this one isn't taped shut, why don't we check it out? It's barred shut. Let's get that out if I can. Yep, okay. Let's go outside. All right, so this is the deck here. This just a small one, but it's got a great view of the yard. Look at that. Just take this view in. Very peaceful and quiet. Not a whole lot to look at out there, which is absolutely amazing. You got that house way over there. Looks like they put their cabinet outside. This is an old TV cabinet. You can tell by that sliding table there, the TV would have slid out. So you get better angles depending where you are in the room. This is a nice close-up of the wood paneling on the side of the house. It's got a beautiful cabin look, doesn't it? And of course, that's looking back into the house there, so why don't we go back in. Shut this door behind me. We'll also lock that and put the bar back. We're good explorers, so we always leave things the way we found them. All right, so this is looking kind of back towards the foyer where we started here. As I come here, you can see this is the first view that I greeted you with. And to my immediate right here, we have this kitchen. This kitchen is also a walk back in time. Just check this out, guys. From the laminate or linoleum floors, I should say, to another banister with wrought iron work. But even the countertops and the cabinets, everything in here, very original to when they built the place. Very original. I'm sure nothing's left behind, but we'll take a look. Yeah, it looks like everything is empty. There's probably not going to be much point in searching. Interestingly, I can see mouse poo on the floor. Another strange thing to see in a house that was recently lived in. Makes you wonder what the conditions were they lived in. Got a nice little tile backsplash. I bet you that's the most modern thing that's been done in this kitchen. And of course, as always, I got to point out the sink by the back window, or the window I should say in general, with a nice view. And in this case, when you're washing dishes, when that dresser or TV unit isn't there, you get a nice view of the yard. Absolutely love that. Love how the window vertically pops out. Very nice. Again, all the cabinets here, there's no range hood that's old, unfortunately. But all the cabinetry is just original when they built this place. This is very new. You got a new oven here. It's dirty inside. They probably haven't cleaned it in many years. And you got a very new Whirlpool dishwasher. And that's about it for modern. I like how the box head here has fluorescent lighting on the underside to light up the room. That's very nice. That's probably a 70. That might be from when they built the house, or it could have been an add-on from the 80s. And as I turn around here, you got more cabinetry, more counter space. I'm sure there's nothing here. No, there isn't. I'll show you one of these ones. I like those retro handles. They left their bar fridge behind. It's empty and it's dirty and gross. And they also left the fridge behind. So let's enjoy this. I know you guys love abandoned fridges. The sights and smells. So they left a half-drank Diet Coke there. It doesn't smell too bad, thank God. Ooh, those look nasty, those bananas. Ooh, God. Horrendous. Oh, and that smells. Whew. Oh. So as we walk this way, oh, that's bad. As we walk this way, we've got stairs that go down to the basement. I'll just show you this landing quick. I think what we'll do is we'll go down the one set of stairs and we'll come up these ones to finish the video. I'm sure it's all interconnected. And they got this door that goes out to the backyard. We were taking a look at that earlier. And of course, you have some storage to hang your coats and whatever when you come in. Again, the windows in this kitchen, they're everywhere. Lots of windows, lots of natural light. Absolutely beautiful. You even have the original shag carpets on the stairs. Pretty wild. As we come up here, of course, we have shuttered closets. What would a 70s home be without a shuttered closet? Got an interesting cubby hole up there too. So in here, it looks like they had shelving that was up one time. Now it's just piled up on the floor. And over here, we've got a little pantry or something. Oh, this is like the cleaning cupboard. This is where they had some of their cleaning stuff and the vacuum. Looks like this place had central vac. All right, so I'll turn around and show you guys one last view of the kitchen. This is what it looked like from this perspective. Lots of windows. It's absolutely beautiful. Very large kitchen space. Obviously, the table would have been in this area here, but it's very spacious, spread out kitchen with lots of workspace. Very nice. And as we go this way, we end up back in the hallway here. Again, you got another vintage light hanging from the ceiling. Power is still on. And as we go this way, it takes us back to the foyer area. You got Owen and Ethan over there. Their links will be in the description. Of course, this is the view to the front door from here. And this thing here, for some reason, they have a lock on it with a padlock. I don't know why. All right, let's go this way. Looks like there's a few more rooms on this floor to see. They got beautiful chair rails running through the hallway. They got 2 layers of them, which is really cool. But the unfortunate thing is they slapped a coat of white paint over everything. I don't know why. This place isn't staying. Maybe they did this and just never finished painting the house. They got bought out or something. Like, it really doesn't make sense to me. But a lot of the rooms have just been painted over. Like this one here, it's all wood paneling, but you can see it's been just painted white. Even the closet doors. They got parquet flooring in the closet, which is kind of unusual. The parquet in this house is in good shape though, considering this would be original to when they built the place. Not my favorite thing, but it's nice to see in good shape. And again, they have big, beautiful vertical windows here too. Continue through the house this way. Yeah, so obviously this flooring in the hallway and that front room there with all the windows, this is obviously something they did probably in the 80s or the 90s. I'm sure the rest of the house at one point was all parquet like these bedrooms. So we got another bedroom here. It's quite a large space. Again, a couple big windows, letting in lots of natural light. Very nice. We got a closet here with what looks like they turned into a desk. Looks like this was a kid's room from the doodling on the wall. So I guess this is what they did. They turned the closet space into a desk space for them. Very nice. I haven't pointed out too much in this house, but all the baseboards and everything are original too. I just noticed that this room here, and probably the rest of the house, has some crown molding running around the ceiling too. Go back out in the hallway and see. The hallway doesn't have it. Neither does that back bedroom. Okay, so maybe that was the first room. All right, so we're back to the main hall here, and you got another bedroom on this side. Again, you can see, unfortunately, they painted the door. They hastily did it too. So like they just slapped this stuff up everywhere, and that was it. It's a big room. This room also has the crown molding running around the ceiling. Again, you got windows. You got, a decent window there, but you got a huge double window letting in a lot of light here. Plus you get a fantastic view of that huge empty space behind the house. Again, you can see the shed and the chicken coop and everything from here. Yeah, this is a very large room. I'm starting to think this is the master because you got an ensuite powder room, not bathroom. Again, you can see this bathroom's mostly original. The tiling might even be from the 70s, but you can see this is what the baseboards and everything would have looked like through the rest of the house. I'm assuming everything was stained like this. As you can see, the trim around the linen closet here, same thing. It's very noteworthy. Look at this, this wallpaper. It's horrendous floral wallpaper. And you can see the toilet was not used by the brown bomber. He has not been here. Again, you got very vintage looking vanity here. Even the light above the sink, that's very old. You got this flower border and wallpaper. This is like a flower nightmare in here. But hey, I like the fact that it's original mostly. As I can point out right now, this shower door, there actually is a shower. So this is a bathroom, not a powder room. You got an 80s shower door here. So this is probably one of the newer renovations. You can see they put marble around the entrance. And then looking in here, this is probably all original to the 70s, I bet you. All that tiling, it's even got a light up there. So this is a bit of a fancier home when they built it. Not everybody had lights in their shower. All right, well, that's pretty cool. Why don't we start working our way back down and start getting towards the basement. I think we've covered this floor. Oh, we didn't see this. We didn't see this bathroom. There's another bathroom here. Okay, I totally missed this. Again, this bathroom is very much stuck in time too. You have the same vanity, same cabinets as the kitchen. Looks like the sink and the faucet are a little newer, as is the light above the sink. That looks like a Home Depot light. At one point they had a medicine cabinet there that is now missing. And again, as you come in here, you can see the original color. That's an original door of the house. You can see everything was stained at one point. All the trimming in here would have probably been how the rest of the house looked at one point in time. And of course, you've got the shower over there. You got the toilet here. Was he here? Nope. Someone left something in there for months. Liquid. That's a nice big window by the toilet there. I'll just show you guys the shower real quick. So to me, this shower looks like this is probably a 80s or a 90s shower. That tiling looks a little newer, a little bit too fancy for the 70s, I think. Even the Moen shower head looks newer, as does the faucet and the hardware. But the tub obviously is original, and man, it's filthy. That's gross. They never cleaned it. Again, this is all kind of unbelievable. People lived in conditions like this, but I guess they got bought out with a good sum of money, and that's just how they decided to live it out. Of course, you can see names scratched into the door there, or words or something. I'll let you guys decipher that and leave comments. But yeah, I believe that covers this floor now, so why don't we start working our way downstairs, see what they got down there. It's a pretty cool house. I wish that they hadn't painted over everything, because it would have been really nice to see it in its original form. There's Ethan again.
Hello.
I think he owns this place.
I do.
As we come down here to the front door, I also see there's a nice shuttered closet there. Didn't even look in that one. It's an interesting handle. And this is another big closet for your guests or people who lived here to hang their things. So why don't we work our way downstairs now. And this is where you can start to see what the house looked more like originally. You can see the wood paneling is beautiful. It's stained. Seeing all those wood grains in their glory. Even the ceiling part coming down has been done. The only complaint about this is it seems very dark down here, just in this area because of all the dark wood. You can see at one point in time, that's a very dated system, but they had a high-end alarm at one point. Okay, and here we have storage. Just lots of extra storage. I like that exterior brick in there. That's cool. Oh, somebody left their toothbrush. All right, so we'll back up, and I think what we'll do is we'll check this room with the deadbolt first. Oh, look at this. This is the garage. Okay. So we're going to see the garage today because we have access. It's a cool garage space. You got the Beaumark central vac. That's obviously from the 80s. Although they, maybe it was from when they built the house because all the piping seems to be built in. Got a nice little workspace over here. Again, they got storage. And it's another house using the jar system for nuts and bolts and things like that. It's very tidy, I like that. And this is the door that goes to the backyard. We were here earlier. So I'll just show you guys exactly. We were out here a little earlier when we did our walk around. So that double window is actually for the garage, letting in a lot of light. It's a really big garage. Comfortably fit 2 vehicles, whether they're trucks, vans, cars. They're going to fit. And left the charcoal barbecue behind. And there's the John Deere they obviously did the lawn maintenance with. This didn't fit in the back shed, so it needed to be in the garage. Thing is absolutely huge. It's almost commercial sized. You got the oil tank, so at some point they had oil or propane heating, probably oil. And it looks like they have early 2000s garage door openers, and the reason I say that is because I have the same one at my house. Oh, this guy was the Mr. Fix-It. 1977, okay. So I guess that's when they maybe took this house over. Oh, look at that, that's a guitar. I didn't even notice that. Guitar box right there. Martin guitar. Very nice. All right, so let's continue our tour of the basement. This takes us back in. This house is almost like a split level house. It's like a ranch house, but it's almost like a split level the way it's set up with the basement walkout here. Oh, look at this. This is like a nice entertainment area here. Very nice. Got storage there. Oh, look at that. They left their piano behind. That's pretty crazy. Does it work? Yes, it does. Wow, how could you just leave that behind? Yeah, I bet you this was the entertaining space. This is where they probably had all their guests for parties, for the big game, the big fight, whatever it might be. This is not a bedroom. I don't know what this is. You got a nice little wood shelf up there. That's kind of neat. Another big window looking out at the yard. Obviously, they were religious people that lived here in the end. Okay, so this is the fuse box here. never upgraded. And I can see there's a toilet pipe there, so this could have been a bathroom that never actually became a bathroom. Interestingly, all the trim down here is original, like upstairs should have been. So that's nice to see. Of course, they have the beautiful parquet floors. They're in relatively good shape down here too. And there's the walkout to the backyard that we saw earlier when we did our walk around. I absolutely love how much window space there is in this house and how much natural light comes in. And even how many ways you can get out of the house, quite frankly, is amazing. This interior brick's a nice feature to me. It's very 70s looking, obviously, especially painted white. I'm assuming they did that more recently because you can see that you have some of the unpainted brick there around the fireplace. You got another TV cabinet left behind here. They have a suspended ceiling too down here, interestingly. Looks like they've upgraded that at some point more recently. Over here we have a kitchen. Oh, look at this. You got some, you got a print left behind. I like the little counter. It's not really an island, but I like how they have this big tile counter here. It's kind of like an eating space. You could have some tall chairs there and use that kind of as a kitchen table. It's probably what they did down here. You got another oil tank there. So they have one in the garage and in here. This one's actually hooked up, so they're still using it. Interesting. This kitchen space is definitely a newer renovation. This is probably something they did in the last 15 years, and the reason I'll say that, and I say it every time, you got the glass tile backsplash here. Glass tile was only really a big thing for around 2010 to 2012, and then it kind of just died out. It's a newer oven too. They got a newer Frigidaire here. I mean, this could be a 2000s unit. I have to point out too is I like how they have like the tile countertop here that matches the one behind me. That's kind of like a table. And of course, even in the basement, it's worth noting, they have a kitchen sink by the window. And yeah, the view's not as fantastic. If you're not tall like me, you're not going to see much. But you get a nice view of that big yard again. Of course, this is looking back towards the living space over there. Oh, this thing even has drawers, so this has got storage too. This is a great little area down here. It really is like walking back in time, isn't it, guys? Except for that kitchen. This place is very much stuck in the 70s. That's a pine cone wreath, so that thing is just a decoration. It's not seasonal. Of course, you have some more inspirational sayings on the walls here. Dream tomorrow, live today, cherish yesterday. Down here, you're starting to see signs of trouble. So it looks like they did have some water problems in this house. The parquet floors are starting to blow up. Again, it's a little bit mind-boggling that people could have been living here so recently and the place looks like this. So this also looks a little more modern. If I was to open that up, actually those are old hinges. So that's an old cabinet. I like the knobs though, they're very interesting. It's a good thing the knob goblin hasn't been here to steal them. You can see they got a bit of a newer toilet here. It's very gnarly looking, but again, the brown bomber has not been here. And wow, look at the shower. You have very original tiling in here. Look at the color of that stuff. Look at the design on it. And even more shocking, look at the tub and the soap holder. That's just, wow. Very much a walk through time. Even the faucets and the hardware, very much stuck in time. Something was there. I'm not sure what they pulled out there. That's a cool little towel rack. Oh, we got another slogan. Dance like no one is watching. I'm sure that happened in the shower a lot. All right, let's continue our way back out here. We'll go into the Dream Tomorrow door. Look at that. They put lattice on the door. They cut holes in the door and they put lattice on it. And I can almost tell you why. It's because the furnace is in here. And probably when they upgraded something, they were told it didn't have enough ventilation. So chances are their solution was to hack the door up like that and put lattice on it so there's more ventilation in this room. And it's interesting because for the most part, this is an old furnace. This is an old Lennox furnace. You can see it's in rough shape, and it's definitely been around for 100 years. Probably from the 80s. Serviced in October 2001, so maybe it's a little newer, but I think that's like an 80s furnace. The humidifier is not too new. The newest thing in this room is definitely this water heater. This is a very new unit, and you can see by the way they connected it to the system, it's modern piping and connections and everything else. Oh, look at that, they have the chimney clean out right there. And just like that storage area we were in earlier, you can see they got a lot of exterior brick or original brick in here, creating all these walls. They got water treatment, so they must have a well. Of course, over there through the cobwebs, they got storage going under the stairs. Even though it's the basement, I really like the way that exterior brick looks. As we pan around, you can see they have a massive laundry room tub. They have a very new Whirlpool washing machine and dryer. Well, actually, the Maytag's an older dryer, but the Whirlpool looks very new. Again, why would this be left behind? And once again, worth noting, even though we're in the laundry room, you got another massive double window, letting in lots of light. Oh, look at all the dirt and the cobwebs. This is crazy. No way people were here a month ago. Like, this is shocking. All right, let's go back out to the basement hallway here. Let's go into the Live Today door. And this might be it for the house. This almost looks like a master bedroom. What is this? Look at that super modern light. Wonder if that's from the 70s and it's supposed to look modern, or if it's a newer light. Now down here they had a carpet down. Again, you can see the parquet is in bad shape. It almost looks like they tried to fix it because you have this unvarnished stuff filling a large area of the floor. Again, you have another toilet outlet there, which is kind of strange. As you go around, you can see the flooring over here, and for the most part for the rest of the room is in much better shape. It's an interesting room though. Like it kind of looks like a master bedroom. It kind of looks like a hotel. I mean, look at that. You have really interesting wallpaper, and you've got these little windowed things on the box up there with wallpaper in them too. You got a mirror beside the bed. And again, you got large double windows letting in light. I'm assuming this might have been like a guest room type of space. But then when you come over here, what is this? This is an extension to the room. You got some mirrors on the wall. This to me almost looks like it could be a workout room, but there's not much more evidence of that. Oh, someone left their baseball card behind. And again, they got a nice window going to the backyard there. And again, they got those things up there too. Very strange. They didn't have closet door. They just hung a curtain over it. Huh. The flooring in here doesn't look like it's been wet. It actually looks like it's in pretty good shape. The stain or the varnishing looks pretty good. That looks like a pet stain. Yeah, this is a kind of a weird looking guest room, I gotta say. Well, guys, oh no, we're going to go up those other stairs. Before we wrap this up, I'm going to take you up the other stairs. That's what I was going to do. Well, I like that. I didn't notice that through the first walkthrough. They got a nice beam there. It looks like the vaulted ceiling upstairs. Very interesting place. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a really, really cool place to show you. Very much stuck in time. Lots of great features, very unique features. One I didn't even notice in here, and I'm pointing out right now before we go upstairs. They have chair rail, and they have wood panel wainscoting going around. Definitely gives this room a bit of a bar, hangout type of feel to it. Really great spot. Okay, so this is the final bit of the tour here. These are the stairs that we haven't taken. Let's take these up. You can see they got the shag stairs here as well. Of course, that's looking up to the windows in the kitchen. Very interesting looking linoleum floors from the 70s. Of course, as we turn here, you have this, it's almost like wool wallpaper from the 80s or something. And here we are. We're back up to the kitchen on the first floor where we started this one all. All right, guys, well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a really cool place to show you guys. If you did, Please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment after you're done watching the video, and of course, share it out to help the channel and the video grow. All right, guys, that's all the time we have for today's adventure. I hope you guys enjoyed coming on this one with me. This was a really, really cool place, built way back in the 1970s. And as you can see from our tour today, 90% of the features and charm from the 1970s still exist today. The unfortunate thing is that this place will be demolished because this entire area is going to be redeveloped. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment afterwards, and of course, share it out to help the channel and the video grow. Well, that's all the time we have for today. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button over there. Check out last week's video there. Check out the random video up there. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in.